Good evening. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. You got ghosts, goblins, trick-or-treating, pumpkin spice. Everything important comes this time of year. So what better way to spend it than by reading from my Book of Spooks? With 3 chilling tales, this will be a night that you're never going to forget. So let's go ahead and get started. Once upon a time, deep within Dreamland on planet Popstar, Kirby, Gooey, and Bandana Waddle Dee were preparing for the Halloween festivities. The 3 prepared to go trick-or-treating. Gooey dressed like a pirate, Bandana Dee dressed like a knight, and Kirby dressed like Meta Knight. For some reason, Meta Knight was nowhere to be seen. "Trick or treat," the gang shouted from door to door as the candy piled up at the bottom of their buckets. Their buckets filled up as they reached one final destination. King Dedede's great big castle turned into a haunted mansion. The 3 approached the doorbell with fear, when suddenly, a masked Dedede appeared. The 3 ran away, leaving their candy behind, catching their breath only when they knew they were safe. In that instance, they froze in fear. "Oh no, we forgot our candy!" They trotted back to the castle only to find light coming from the window. They took a peek to see none other than King Dedede. The gluttonous penguin was sitting in a throne of candy, munching on the treats of the other Dreamlandians. Miffed and angered, the 3 hatched a plan to put the greedy king back in his place. The doorbell rang, Dedede getting dressed to answer. This will be like taking candy from a baby. Boo! The door opened to reveal the dark wizard Nightmare. Dedede jumping out of his skin, he ran away as fast as he could, screaming at the top of his lungs. Kirby, Gooey, and Bandana Waddle Dee munch on their candy in glee. It appears you can't have a treat without a good old-fashioned trick. Then Kirby spat out Meta Knight. The end. Adorable. Our next story will be a little less adorable. In fact, it'll be a little more terrifying. Or not. I did not actually read this.
Last time on Hollowmon, Halloween Monsters. Junichi Kiddo was in a pickle when Masuma Mario used his nasty trick card to send seductive succubus to the graveyard. With no monsters on the field, Junichi was forced to take a direct hit from Masuma's Jack Frost the Ripper card. But in a streak of pure luck, Junichi pulled his lucky card. It was his Halloween Magician, a powerful card that took down Jack Frost the Ripper with ease. However, Masuma had a card up his sleeve, summoning the Purple Eyes Orange Dragon, decimating Halloween Magician in one fatal blow. Meanwhile, Junichi's childhood friend and crush Lina Haru was kidnapped by Masuma's thugs. If he leaves to save her, he will have to forfeit the match. And Junichi's best friend and lovable goofball Kanto Kaida was caught in a sticky situation being surrounded by venomous rattlesnakes. Will Junichi have to forfeit the match? Will Kanto be devoured by snakes? Is Lina safe? And will Masuma ever find the true spirit of Halloween deep in his heart? All this and more coming up on this episode of Hollowmon, Halloween. And that's all for this episode of Hollowmon Halloween Monsters. Tune in next time to see how Junichi recovers after this episode.
Don't worry, I'm not blowing you out to play my Nintendo Switch. I have all my stories downloaded on it. You can't prove otherwise either. So let's go ahead and read one more.
'Twas Halloween day, trick-or-treaters all getting ready, but a faceless freak sat at his chair, looking unsteady.
How can I enjoy my Halloween day when I have to review Disgaea 1 complete, much to my dismay? Disgaea is a series that I love, 1, 2, and 5 being games that I was in awe of. $50 for a re-release of a 15-year-old game? Surely there is new content and it isn't all the same. The gameplay is intact and everything's in HD, but unfortunately, that is all you may see. Not all much has changed, not much at all. Just graphics and music. Seriously, what gall? I mean, the game's really great, don't get me wrong, but it feels like a cash grab and I'm expected to play along.
The wee faceless lad sat and sighed. It seemed his dreams of a brand new Disgaea for Switch had died. But then he looked up and let out a chuckle, his expression lifting as he cracked his knuckles.
So what if it's a cash grab? The game's really great, with hours of content right out of the gate. The characters are funny and the story is sweet, even if some parts are a little offbeat. The combat's incredible with solid gameplay, and so much customization. To cover it all, I'd have to write an essay. My only complaint is that it's too much of a grind, but thanks to the portability of the Switch, it's a great way to unwind. I'm glad lots of new players will be introduced to the franchise. The game is iconic and really deserves a prize.
And with that, Faceless Raio played his Switch all night. A game about demons and angels on Halloween felt just right.
Dude, what are you doing here? Go on! Shoo! Shoo! Scat! Get out of here. He took the book. I am out of material. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching the video. Very special thanks to guest artists Purorange and Waluigi, providing all of the art for the Holomon and Kirby stories. Another very special thanks to guest voice Sain, providing the voice of the narrator in the Rhythm Review. I highly encourage you to check out their stuff as they're all amazingly talented artists. As always, links in the description below. If you liked the video, be sure to leave a like or subscribe for more content. Until next time, have a happy Halloween and I'll see ya.